Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a deeply profound and, frankly, heartbreaking event that recently unfolded in Islamabad. We're going to respectfully break down the story of a Pakistan Air Force officer's ultimate sacrifice. This isn't some story from a distant battlefield. It's really about what happens when extraordinary bravery meets everyday civilian life. Let's just take a second to acknowledge the immense gravity of this loss. Indeed, to Allah we belong and to Him we shall return. It's a sentiment you're hearing echoed all across the nation right now. And really, it just sets the tone for understanding the deep sorrow and the massive respect surrounding the events we're about to unpack today. Section 1. A Hero's Ultimate Sacrifice. The context of his actions here speaks absolute volumes about his character. Pakistan Air Force Group Captain Asim Tariq wasn't out on some military mission. He was literally just being a responsible, vigilant citizen. He saw a vulnerable person in imminent danger, and he made the immediate split-second choice to step in. He was martyred while actively saving a woman from being kidnapped. It is the very definition of a selfless act. Section 2, Timeline of the Tragedy. Let's look at the 9th Avenue incident. This whole situation escalated in just mere moments. Step 1. Group Captain Asim is just passing through 9th Avenue when he spots a motorcyclist forcibly pulling a woman's hand. Step 2. Instead of just looking the other way like so many people might, he acts. He turns right back around and parks his vehicle near the motorcycle. Step 3. The woman sees a chance for safety and runs directly toward his car. Well, this leads to Step 4, a confrontation. The alleged suspect, a man named Saad, gets into a bitter altercation with the group captain. And then, tragically, Step 5. Moments later, the suspect opens fire. The officer is severely injured and embraces martyrdom, while the suspect just flees the scene. This entire sequence starkly shows us how incredibly fast an ordinary moment can turn into a fatal confrontation when someone actually chooses to stand up to criminal behavior. Moving on to Section 3, the investigation and the police findings. Now, based on the initial reports and the victim's own statement to the police, the context here is just chilling. Look at Step 1. The suspect wasn't some random stranger lurking in a dark alley. No, he was the victim's office colleague. He just offered her a ride to work. But then Step 2, once she was in the car with him, he changed the route, trying to take her to an unknown location completely against her will. Step 3, the victim actively resisted this abduction attempt right out on the open road. It really highlights the terrifying reality that a seemingly normal, everyday commute with a coworker suddenly turned into an absolute nightmare. And it was only thwarted because of the timely intervention of Group Captain Asim, who saw that struggle and chose to intervene. But the story doesn't end on 9th Avenue. Law enforcement agencies are currently conducting active operations to track down and arrest the fleeing suspect, Saad. A massive hunt is fully underway right now to ensure that justice is ultimately served for this horrific crime. Section 4, A Nation Mourns. Let's talk about the devastating aftermath. Because behind the uniform, behind the flashy news headlines, and behind all the facts we've just outlined, there is a very real, very painful human cost. Group Captain Asim Tariq leaves behind a grieving family, a widow, a daughter, and a son. When you think about that, it really puts into perspective exactly what he risked and ultimately lost when he made that split-second decision to protect a complete stranger. It's a stark, heartbreaking reminder of the personal sacrifice that comes with such incredible bravery. As you might expect, the public response has been completely overwhelming. Across national news outlets and all over social media, the entire nation is paying their deepest respects. He's being universally remembered and honored for exactly what he did, acting as a brave officer and a deeply responsible citizen who willingly sacrificed his own life to protect a woman in danger. His actions have absolutely cemented a profound legacy of honor. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you all with a final thought. It's one thing to admire a hero, right? But it's a whole other thing to actually learn from them. So how can his ultimate sacrifice inspire us? When we see something going wrong in our own communities, are we going to look the other way? Or are we going to find the courage to be vigilant, to step up, and to act with even a fraction of that immense civic responsibility? Something to think about. Thank you so much for joining me to understand this incredibly important story.